Welcome, students. The question is find the reaction at A and K for the beam subjected to loading as shown in figure. So this is the question from beam and support. Okay, but here the thing is we have the UVL, UDL, and the support reactions all are combined in one diagram. Okay, so let us see how we are going to find out the reaction at A and E. Okay, A is here and E is here. So to find reaction at A and E. Okay, that means in the A we have the hinged support, so there will be vertical force at A and horizontal force at A. Okay, and at the point E there will be there is a roller support, so there will be vertical force alone, vertical force at E. So these are the thing we're going to find it off. Okay, solution. First draw the free body diagram and try to get all the forces in the system, right? So for that I just going to draw the beam, freehand sketch of beam. It is the end A. Okay, and here I going to keep point B. Okay, and here I just going to keep point C, and here is D, and here is E, and this end is free end. Okay, fine. So here hinge support. So in the hinge support, two reaction will be there. One is vertical force. Okay, reaction in vertical direction at A, and reaction in horizontal direction. Hinge support resist the vertical and horizontal motion, so there will be the reaction force. And here there is a UVL, uniformly varying load, and here UDL. Let us come to the last. Okay, and here at the point D there is a moment which is taking part something like this. Okay, moment, and which is given as 15 kilonewton meter. And at the point E, roller support, so there will be only one reaction since it allows the horizontal motion. Only vertical reaction will be there, VE. Okay, and here we have inclined force. So inclined force in the sense there will be a partially vertical and partially horizontal. So here the force is just acting something like this, so that I can say partially vertically downwards and horizontally left. Okay, we can predict horizontally left and vertically downwards. Okay, so horizontally left I going to give 25 cos 45 degree horizontal angle we need to take, and here 25 sine 45 degree. Okay, so now we shall move to the UBL and UDL, uniformly varying load and uniformly distributed load. Uniformly varying load is between the span AB, and UDL, uniformly distributed load, is between the span BC. Okay, let us try to see. So here we need to just convert it into point load. So in order to convert the point load from the UVL point load, the formula is 1 by 2. It's a triangle, like it's a triangular load, or else what uniformly varying load. Its formula is 1 by 2 intensity of load into L. So 1 by 2 into its intensity of load is 15 kilonewton per meter into length. How long it is distributed? 3 meter. So 3. So we will get the answer as 22.5 kilonewton. So this is the load going to act. Now we know the load magnitude, but where we need to place that what the point load, that is must. So acting point So if it is a triangular load or UVL, the acting point can be identified from the maximum. The formula is 1 by 3 of its length. Okay, from maximum side I going to take, this is the maximum side, this is the minimum. So from the maximum I going to plot, so 1 by 3 of its length. So 1 by 3 into its length is 3 meter. So we get how much? So that we will get 1 meter. 3 get cancelled, 1 meter. It is from maximum side. So from the maximum in the sense from A. So I going to place at 1 meter distance. This distance is 3. So at 1 meter distance I going to place this load, okay, which is with 22.55 kilo Newton, right? The similar fashion we need to take it for the what? UDL. So UDL, point load, can be converted by the formula intensity of load into its length. Okay, so that means W is a load intensity, it's 8 kilonewton per meter into length 3 meter distance, it is distributed 3 meter, B to C, it's a 3 meter. So now if you multiply it, you will get 24 kilonewton. Okay, so acting point here it is uniformly distributed, so the load will act at the mid of its span, BC. It's mid of the BC, so that means the formula is 1 by 2 of its length. So BC length is 3, its length is 3, so we will get 1.5 meter. Okay, 1.5 meter. So here the entire, this length is 3 meter, up to this length is 3 meter. Each of the segment is with 3. Okay, everything is with 3 meter, and this is with 3 meter. So when you're considering the UDL between BC, it is acting 1.5 from this end. Okay, so mid of it. So in the mid, I just going to have a note 1.5 meter, and just I going to place the point load 24 kilonewton. Okay, so this is the force going to happen. So these are the force arrangements. So for this we going to identify the unknown force at A and E. So here we just going to apply the equilibrium condition at equilibrium condition. What is the equilibrium condition? Equilibrium condition is sum of horizontal force is equal to 0, sum of vertical force is equal to 0, and moment about any point is equal to 0. So first start with sum of horizontal force. So sum of horizontal force is equal to 0. If you apply it, so 0 is equal to horizontal force. Add all the horizontal force. Here we have one horizontal force and here we have one horizontal force, HA, which is towards right side. So when the horizontal force is towards right side, it's a positive, and this force 25 cos 45 degree, which is directed towards left, so it is minus. Okay, so then HA minus, its value can be simplified as 17.68. okay, so that we can get HA value 17.68. when it is taken to the next side, the negative sign will become positive. So in terms of here all the things are given in kilonewton, so we will get kilonewton. Okay, so let us move to the next step. Sum of vertical force is equal to 0. So here the vertical forces are 1, 2, and three vertical forces are acting, four vertical forces are acting. Let us add one by one. And force which is moving upward is a positive one, and force which is moving downward is a negative one. So this VA force is acting upward, so it is a positive, so 0 VA. And here this 22.5 kilonewton is acting downward, so minus. And here this 24 kilonewton which is acting downward, so it is minus. And here VE which is acting upward, so it is a positive one, VE. And here this 25 sine 45 degree which is acting downwards, so it is negative. Okay, all the downward force is a negative and all the upward force is a positive one. So now just try to simplify it. VA plus VE and add all of this. Okay, just put it in the calculator. Minus 22.5 minus 24 minus 25 into sine 45 degree. Just put it in your calculator. You will get minus 64.18 value. Okay, so now you can bring it to the equation format. VA VE which is equal to 64.18. so we can take this as first equation, right? So let's move to the next step. Sum of moment is equal to 0. So here I'm going to take moment about the point A. Okay, about the point A. So what happens? Sum of moment about A which is equal to 0. So that 0 which is equal to, we must know, if we take about the point A, the forces acting on the point A will be 0, and the line of action, if it just comes from A, that also will be 0. So for that, if you draw the cross line, something like this, what are the forces are coming into the line, it will be 0. So see here BA is 0, and when you draw in the horizontal line, HA is 0 and 25 cos 45 degree is 0. It is because these all the force doesn't have any perpendicular distance, and all the other forces will participate in the moment. Okay, let's do one by one. So here 22.5 kilonewton force is there into its perpendicular distance. So its perpendicular distance is about A, right? So about A in the sense it's 1. I'll play by 1. What about the rotation? How it rotates? Because of this force 22 newtons, A is fixed, 22 newtons is something like this, rotating downward. So it rotates in clockwise. It causes the beam to rotate in clockwise in the sense positive. And here 24 kilonewton which also downward force, so it will rotate the beam in the similar fashion just like 22.5 kilonewton. So here the perpendicular distance is from this point to here. So up to this B is 3 meter, and from this to that particular load is 1.5, so 4.5 meter. Similar fashion, so it's anti-clockwise direction, so positive. And then see here we have the moment, so directly we can take that moment which is 15, and it is rotated in the clockwise, so just put plus sign. And here VE is there, VE which is just like this, right, upward, going upward, so just it rotate the object in anti-clockwise direction, so we shall put minus VE into its perpendicular distance in the sense this point E to A, it's a perpendicular distance. So 3 plus 3 6, 6 plus 3 9, 9 plus 3 12, so here 12. Okay, and any other force is there? Yes, 25 sine 45 degree is there into its perpendicular distance. So from this point to this A, so that you will get how much? 15. You will get entire length as 15. Okay, what about the rotation? It is downward, so it rotates in clockwise, so it is a positive one. Okay, fine. So now just simplify it. I hope you, when you are simplifying it, this time, and this time, just put it in your calculator. 22.5 into 1 plus 24 into 4.5 plus 15 plus 25 sine 45 degree into 15. If you put it in calculator, you will get the value as 41066 minus, then if you simplify it, you will get 12 VE. Okay, then we can simplify this as 12 VE, which is equal to 410.66. So that VE answer can be found. Just divide 410 divided by 12, you will get 34.22. Okay, 34.22, which is in terms of kilonewton. All the forces are kilonewton, so you will get in terms of kilonewton. So now we got VE and then HA. One more term we need to find, that is VA. So that can be found by just substituting this VE over the equation 1. So substitute VE in equation number 1. So that equation number 1 will becomes VA plus 34.22 is equal to 64.18. Okay, so that VA shall be identified as 29.96 kilonewton. So VA is equal to 64.18 minus 34.22. When you are putting it, you will get this answer. So we have found the VA, VE and HA. That is what given asked in the question. Okay, so I hope you understood how to work with it. Thank you so much.